Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to save mankind by burying the aliens in a sea of corpses made from the resurrected genetic chimeras of heroes long dead in XCOM, The Long War. Though, I suppose if that is my ultimate goal, I'm failing quite spectacularly, since so far only 2 troopers have sacrificed their lives in the name of Project Lazarus. Also, the remains of both of those fallen troopers were hauled back to base in a sack, tossed into a blender, liquefied, and then used to transform another unsuspecting volunteer into a genetic zombie abomination. So perhaps burying the aliens in a sea of corpses probably isn't necessarily going to work. Also, given the liquefaction, I guess drowning them in a sea of the dead would probably have been a more appropriate metaphor. I mean, sure, you can bury someone at sea, but basically you're just tossing their body in the ocean. It doesn't really seem to fit. On the plus side, though, while my metaphors may be a little muddled, every single mission we undertake is an opportunity for a catastrophic failure that could fill the morgue to capacity, especially when we have troopers like J. Robert Oppenheimer and Norman Failure Borlaug on the team. Though, I kind of have to grudgingly admit that J. Robert Oppenheimer, the guy is at least trying. He's making an effort. Take last mission, for example. We didn't take Norman Failure Borlaug, of course, but we did take J. Robert Quietus Oppenheimer. And he did some journeyman level work. He actually connected twice with his rockets that did do a little bit of damage to the enemy. He had 2 connects. And while that's certainly not as useful as an engineer who's going to connect pretty much every time you throw a grenade, you got to give J. Robert a little credit for fighting an uphill battle here. I mean, he's really more of a modern day murderous version of Clarence Darrow arguing in the Scopes trial. He's doing the best he can to justify the existence of Rocketeers, even though the evidence is overwhelmingly against him. I mean, it's evident that engineers are just strictly the better class, but still, J. Robert fighting the good fight, there's some nobility and a little heroism in his struggle, even if it's ultimately completely futile. It's, it's respectable, and I give J. Robert full credit. Norman Borlaug, however, by the way, you can just, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it. I was going to tell you to eat a dick, Norman Borlaug, but honestly, you know what? I don't think that's a strong enough indictment. I hate you so much, I don't even want to mention your name or talk to you anymore. Anyway, let's head up to mission control here and get the scanning and just see if maybe our ultimate struggle will not prove to be as equally noble, heroic, and futile as J. Roberts. So let's see what we've got from Team Alien today. Teddy Roosevelt is back. Well, this is not good. Alright, so this is definitely an abduction mission coming in nape of the Earth over France. We can't do anything to stop it because our entire interceptor fleet is offline for the next eternity, I think, is roughly the duration of our downtime. So we can ignore that. On the plus side, this is an abduction mission, so I mean, it is going to land. We've got that going for us. It is going to land. There you go.
Commander, we have multiple reports of new abductions in progress. The locations are marked on the hologlobe.
Yep, thanks, Bradford. It's basically just the one report, and I'm already on top of it. But your administrative duties... Good due diligence, buddy, making sure to remind the commander even though he's standing right in front of the big board looking right at it. He's like, hey, sir, do you see that right in front of you? At least, oh, we have a trooper that escaped Project Lazarus Well, we'll have to take care of you next time. Abubakar Fastlane Olawa. Yeah, that name is real tough. I'm just going to let that one slide. Alright, so we need to put together a team. This is an abduction mission. Did we not get a whole bunch of brand new spanking rookies? We sure as hell did. Now, the question is, since this is an abduction mission, it's going to be one of our easier missions, actually. What was the alien activity like here? It is moderate. Okay. I was going to say, if it's light, I might take a rookie, but at moderate, may not be worth the risk. So, Margaret Iron Lady Thatcher is a little under 400 from a level. There's a case to be made for taking old Maggie T. The Baker Antoinette, case to be made for her, as well as possibly Bloody Mary Stewart. We got a lot of options for a change here. You know what? I think we'll take, let's take old Bloody Mary Stewart here. She's going to be our emplacement gunner on this mission. Now, one thing we are going to do, since this is an abduction mission, we do have medium levels of resistance. We are going to try and focus on picking up at least 1 capture. It's a scope, a laser sight, some tack armor. That's got Bloody Mary Stewart sorted. And if you'd like, by the way, Bloody Mary, if you want to go whip up a batch, I mean, I'm sure Bradford is not going to object. And to be honest with you, it's the weekend, and the commander could use a bit of a libation. I mean, you want a relaxed commander, and having me relaxed, I'm telling you, a delicious Bloody Mary in my hand would certainly help in that capacity. I'm just saying. Want to whip up a batch? Wouldn't say no. Just throwing that out there. Alright, so Helen Deadeye Keller and Mary Prometheus Shelley are who we're going to want on this mission since we're doing capture focus. Neither of them is particularly close to a level, so it's been a while since we've given the Deadeye a chance to roll. Let's get her out and get her to work. The old Deadeye. We'll be putting those Deadeyes of her to work to make other aliens have Deadeyes too, because I just really like saying the word Deadeyes. What else do we need? Probably a medic. Do we need Jesus? He's not close to a level. Neither is the Joseph the Cleaner Lister. We could go with Ernie Shack. Ernie Shack actually is not terribly far from a level. Mary Typhoid Malin would be pretty much guaranteed one. You know what? Let's take Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary does not have the old smoke grenades yet. I think this will be a good chance to have her pick one up. We're going to give her a motion tracker and some med kits. Should be good. Poor little Typhoid Mary. We do want to pick up an engineer, but let's not take the best of the best of the best of the best. We do need to save Napoleon, of course, for covert operations. Nikola Madman Tesla nowhere near a level, so probably not worth investing at this point. Save him for something a little more mission critical. Tomoe Gozen? It's unlikely, but not out of the question that young Tomoe Gozen gets a level here. So we're going to equip her up. Laser rifle, phalanx armor. To help her speed, Tomoe's not the fastest princess in the castle. This one or another castle, doesn't matter what castle you're looking in, she won't fucking be in the one you need. Just the way that princesses work. It's sort of like a Heisenberg uncertainty principle kind of thing, or Schrodinger's cat is you can't tell if the princess is in the castle until you actually look in it, but when you look in it, there's like a 50-50 chance she's not there. Waveform collapse and all that fun bullshit. Quantum linear superposition. Really, it's much beyond my capacity for understanding. I just know the buzzwords. So if my science is bad, you feel free to hold it against me, but I'm not a smart man. Ava Don't Cry Perone is not gonna level. Neither is Simone #1 de Beauvoir. Do we have any, like, lower level scouts that we might, you know, old Atlas King would pick up a level here. Is it worth it to try? You know, I think it is actually worth it. Atlas King is also really quick. Let's take Atlas King. I'm confident in his abilities. We're gonna give Atlas King a little phalanx armor. He's gonna grab our laser strike rifle. He's keeping that battle scanner. Ceramic plating is good. Just in case old Atlas gets shot while running Overwatch, he is not abundantly healthy. Kind of a sickly fellow. Been hanging out with Madison too much lately, and some of Madison's more sedentary habits are really starting to rub off on him. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This does not make me happy. I'm considering doing it, however. Or we could, you know what? What do we got left? We got 3 slots left. What are we missing? Are we missing anything? We got a gunner, a sniper, a medic, an engineer, and a scout. I could take an infantry trooper, but I don't want to take the mustache out. I mean, come on, we don't necessarily need to pull out the mustache for this mission. Let's face it, our opposition is not necessarily overwhelming. Machiavelli went out recently, and Edgar Allan Poe is still in the hospital, huh? Yep, 20 more hours for Poe. So you know what? Let's take Machiavelli. That'll be fine. We'll take Niccolo out. We can see if his ends will justify some of his means, because his means lately have not been fantastic. I mean, he's done all right, but he hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire. Scope and a laser sight. Got that sorted. Machiavelli taken care of. Let's grab a couple of assault troopers, gear them up with some arc throwers, and get this shit taken care of. Can we do Teddy in the bench? Doesn't look like it. You know what? William the Immortal Shakespeare probably could use some EXP, as could Eleanor Wolverine Roosevelt. So I think we'll just run here with Willie Shakes and the Wolverine. Also, how much money would you pay to go see a movie called Willie Shakes and the Wolverine? Because I can tell you right now, I would pay all of my money to go see a movie called Willie Shakes and the Wolverine. Just all of it. And it could basically just be William Shakespeare fist fighting a Wolverine. I would still, or even a man in a Shakespeare costume fist fighting a Wolverine. I would still give all of my money to witness that. Especially if he spoke in like a sort of Elizabethan kind of tongue and cadence while doing it. Have at thee, varlet, thou foul beast crawled from beneath the earth. I shall puncheth thee into oblivion with my mighty fist, despite your monstrous mustelid powers. It just sounds fantastic.
Strike one. Prepare
all of the money,
landing.
Hollywood. Take note, all of it. Also, I'd really like to have monstrous mustelid powers. Just sounds fantastic.
Local government forces have reported a coordinated alien attack in a densely populated
So the cops called XCOM is
counting on
effectively
us
what
to
Bradford
secure
is
the
telling
area.
us here. The local cops showed up, saw some aliens on the scene, weren't certain if it would constitute a civil rights violation to just randomly shoot them like they do regular citizens. They were a little uncomfortable just straight up murder copping the aliens because they're uncertain how good the aliens' legal team would be. So they called it into XCOM and said, hey, I think this one falls under your jurisdiction. Why don't you come do a little murder copping? Alright, where are we at? This is actually a pretty good drop position, really. I don't really mind coming in over here. So my guess is we're going to have aliens right up in our butthole from the very stippy start of this mission. I mean, they're going to be all ups in our shit, so we got to be ready. First he's done, we're going to just have to go to Atlas King. I am very surprised that Atlas King did not spawn a pod. Alright. Interesting. Now, can Helen Deadeye Keller get up here? I don't think there's... No, she can get up here if we get the movement capacity for it. Actually, can she get up there this turn? No. Alright, you know what? Let's not take a page from the Book of Prince here and go too terrifyingly crazy. Let's play this one a little more cautious until we've got some units in position. Bring the Immortal up here. Okay, that was unfortunate. Not entirely unexpected, if I'm honest, though. It is unfortunate, but not unexpected. Really, Shake's actually going to have some not terrible shots, but some not fantastic shots either. Atlas King is in a real bad spot as a result of our endeavor. That's not good. Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt, though, I think she's going to be the great equalizer on this one. I mean, I'm talking about the original equalizer, too. Why does Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt? I am a stupid, stupid man. Yeah, that's, Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt does not have, nor can she throw grenades. That's, Moe Gozen's bit. Okay. So we kind of need to get Gozen up here, and I wanted her where, you know what, she wouldn't have been able to make it anyway, so it hardly matters. We're just going to go ahead and do this. This is going to do very minor damage to all of these aliens. My hope is that it blows up this car, however. Gonna get some minor grenade damage. Significant car damage, which is good for us. Alright, so Atlas King still does have a move. We can get Atlas King to safety. Helen Deadeye Keller. I don't really want to just leave her out in the open. I think that would be probably pretty bad for the Deadeye. I am considering running and gunning, however. And we do, we're kind of set up for a capture as well. He would be flanked there. I don't think he's going to really have any kind of shot here. What do you got here, Machiavelli? Anything? Okay, so Machiavelli actually can do some work here. 58% is not good. So, Helen Keller, really, we should probably... Is there anywhere we could get her any kind of cover? This would be a double move and not necessarily fantastic for us. We could have her shoot. I mean, there's a non-zero reason to have Helen Keller shoot here. There really is. We gotta get... Bloody Mary, what can you do? Everybody can really kill that one guy right there. I mean, they can kill the holy living shit out of that dude, but it doesn't really do us much good. Atlas King does not have low profile, it is important to note. So let's move him to here. Alright, so Atlas King will have them in a reasonable position. Typhoid Mary is probably not going to be able to contribute much here. And unfortunately, she does not yet have a smoke grenade, which we could very badly use.
Got it covered.
It's going to be Overwatch for Typhoid Mary. We got to... Alright, we're just going to have to double move. We can't leave Helen Keller standing out in the open like that. It's too unsafe, too big of a risk for young Helen. Do we run and gun twice? That's effectively the question. We can run and gun 2 times and pretty much get 2 kills here. Bloody Mary Stewart's gonna have to dash. So Machiavelli has... Let's take this shot. This is a good starter for Machiavelli. Alright, so Nicolo getting that done. That's taken care of for us. We would then theoretically only have to run and gun twice and we could Overwatch once. So who has the better chance here? I would, if I had to move somebody, I'd honestly prefer to move Eleanor Roosevelt. Because we could put her right here, get the guaranteed, yeah, this is what we're going to have to do.
Going in for the kill. Alright,
so Eleanor's coming up. He's going to take this shit biscuit out. He's going to be eliminated. 1, 2, 3, done and done. Eleanor Roosevelt making killing fun, folks. Making killing fun. It's going to be Overwatch there, and let's see how these guys react.
They're backing up. Advance.
Okay, so they're falling back, forward. I love it when aliens do that. I also do love it when they stand in the open, though, because one thing we know, that guy standing in the open is not going to stay there, and he's also going to get his face lasered off by the deadly accurate Typhoid Mary. Man, Typhoid Mary is proving to be every bit as deadly as her name would suspect. This guy is moving as well? That's real weird. Ah, okay.
Need to find some new cover.
Okay, so here was the aliens' plan. This was all an attempt to clever girl us.
They're moving to flank me.
And we're in a real bad position as a result. That is a very powerful berserker. Alright, where is Tomoe Gozen? You know, Tomoe Gozen could do some real nice stuff for us here. The question is, once she does those really nice things, are we then going to be able to kind of follow it up? We still need a lot of damage. I think we're going to be okay here, actually. None of these guys is on Overwatch, and this theoretically is going to kill up to 2 of these floaters, and it's going to injure the berserker. That didn't necessarily go exactly where I wanted it, but we should be okay. Alright, so that did not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping. So here comes Johnny Berserker. He's gonna come get some. That's not fantastic for us, but it is a surmountable problem. We still have plenty of action. I really want to try and do a capture too. But you know what? We actually have captured a Muton. So we don't really need a Muton. I mean, we've got one in the bag already. So I say what we do is we bring Eleanor Roosevelt right over here. She's gonna kill both of these punk-ass bitches with a nice little hit-and-run action, so these is not gonna end well for these gentlemen. Also, did you see that? Eleanor Roosevelt with the fucking trick shot. Shot that man in the head, sent him flipping ass over tea kettle, and he landed in a goddamn garbage can. Eleanor Roosevelt is just straight up fucking showing off. That's what she's doing. She's showboating. She's fucking showboating. And I appreciate, you know, Eleanor, I gotta say, I do kind of appreciate your enthusiasm. I can't say I wholeheartedly support the initiative, however, because showboating in a time like this, we're in a bit of a pickle here. Maybe you should focus a little more? I don't know. That would be a guaranteed kill, but that's almost certain to get Mary Stewart shot by one of those follow-up floaters. Also, you know what? I'm going to keep her for emergency situations just in case we need a little extra damage on our friendly neighborhood berserker there. And we should be able to get some free damage out of Johnny Berserker with a little help from Willie Shakes. So, Willie, not good enough. Alright, that's okay, though, because we can move that unit. If the need arises, we can cause this gentleman to move, but I want to pull him this way, if I can. This would require us to stay in the open, which I do not like. Alright, let's be reasonable. How much damage are we actually going to be able to get here? We got Typhoid Mary. Theoretically, we got free shots. We also got Atlas King. Let's start this with Atlas King, just to pull him a little closer. Unless Atlas misses, which would be most unfortunate. It looks like it's okay. Alright, so actually really good damage from Atlas King as well. And if Atlas King panics here, we're not really concerned. And, you know, that's fine. He's a rookie. Rookies are going to panic. That's the thing that's going to happen every now and then. It's just sort of the cost of doing business. Alright, so let's take this shot then with Willie Shakes. We're going to take the close one. Willie should get at least one free shot here. He's also going to get hit and run, so as long as he doesn't panic, we're in real good shape here. Willie may be able to finish this chump off. Close encounters triggers. It can't miss. 3 damage. That's less than we might have hoped for. It looks like this guy has a blade of shielding. He gets bonus if we're within 4 tiles. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We should still be able to finish him off. William Shakespeare. I have lain the smackdown upon my foes and destroyed them utterly. None should trifle with the might of William Shakespeare, for the bard is eternal, and he will not be denied. Alright, so we're gonna bring Typhoid Mary up here. We need 1 damage on this friggin' floater. Can you give me 1 damage here? I need 1 damage. Typhoid Mary can give me that 1 damage. That was really well done. So the team is really pulling together here. Actually, I mean, that's fantastic work, everyone. It really is. So we're gonna do some overwatching. Hell and Deadeye Keller. Alright, so I was considering taking a risk with the Deadeye, but it turns out it's probably not going to be worth it. We're going to move her forward and just steady her weapon. We do have some troopers who are in bad position here, and probably going to get... Well, I was thinking we might take a flank shot or 2. But Johnny Jackal went on Overwatch, and this guy did the worst fly high of all time. Yeah, Eleanor Roosevelt is about to own your ass. Atlas King still apparently is a little troubled by the absence of his friend Madison. Tomoe Gozen could grenade that guy. Let's see what Helen Keller can do. She steadied her weapon. 83% is pretty good. I'll take that. This guy will not have covering fire. He's not... Alright. Yeah, you know, 4 damage is alright. We wouldn't mind getting a capture on the floater. We are sort of in a position to make a floater capture happen, also. I think it's probably worth the risk of trying. So we're going to bring Machiavelli back. We're not going to take any shots with Machiavelli yet. Not just yet. Alright, so Mary Stewart, that'll kill him for sure. That's actually also fairly likely to take a kill, but I don't mind having that guy gone. Alright, so little Mary Stewart, gonna chop that guy in half like a friggin' pineapple that needs to go into a frou-frou drink.
Got it covered.
And we're gonna go for the capture here, and to set this capture up, I'm actually gonna go for a grenade. Now, in the open, this grenade could theoretically kill this guy, so we're gonna try and throw it a little bit wide and a little bit long, so we get not necessarily deadly damage, but wounding damage. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, then what do? Well, we send in old Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt. Bring her to wrap around this corner. Why does she not have an arc thrower? Because I forgot to give her one? Son of a bitch. Well, Willie Shakes can't make it. He does have the arc thrower, but he can't get into range to use it. Shit. Alright, there's 2 things we could do. We can suppress him. If we still want to try the capture, and I do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Machiavelli go for the suppression. He's got all of our Overwatch abilities. We already know that unit does not have the ability close encounters, so we don't have to worry about that. We have Eleanor Roosevelt get the hell out of dodge. Otherwise, when that guy moves, her close encounters is going to make him be dead, which we don't necessarily want at the current moment. We bring Mary Mallon around, give her reload. We got to bring Shakespeare closer. We got to get him within range. We're going to come up here. We're going to have Willie Shakes reload. And my hope is this guy will hunker. He's going to shoot. Shooting is also good. Okay, so he's fired at Machiavelli and missed thanks to Machiavelli's full cover and the aim penalty from the suppression. So Guillaume, get your ass over here. Throw me a little arc thrower charge at Johnny Floater here. Haven't we already captured a floater? We have. Not a fantastic attempt, but we got the luck. Oh, the luck is with us, and there you go, Operation Lone Jester. Friggin' textbook execution. In that, I did a lot of stupid shit and sort of got lucky and got away with it. But I'm calling it textbook, by God. If we don't get caught, it doesn't fucking count. That's the Menzo Baranzan method. Nobody catches you. It never freaking happened. It's good that we did not meet today. Also, if you get those references, you have read too much Salvatore. I'll take it. A cheap win. A win is a win, cheap or otherwise. And I'm not ashamed to have it. 2 promotions as well.
Feeling good after a mission like that.
I tend to agree. Bradford, they really did a fine job. They did indeed. And all praise unto our troopers. Damn good ground holo targeting and Lone Wolf. Well, it's going to be holo targeting. That's kind of a no-brainer. Atlas King getting a promotion. Little Mary Mallon, she's going to take smoke grenades. Absolutely 100%. So the promotions are easy. Let's take a look at our loot. Free alien carbine, 3 floater corpses, 4 muton corpses, a berserker corpse, a floater captive, 3 Illyrium, 3 alloys, 15 weapon fragments, and 14 meld to wrap it up. This one goes out to a meld canister that's been devoid of its loot. It's a heartsick meld canister somewhere outside a gas station. This long-distance dedication is for you. Alright, Operation Lone Jester, got 90 credits, decreased panic in France. That's good. We should consider scanning as well. If we're down to 50, it's not. We could still scan. You know, I was going to say it's been a while since we scanned, but that's not true, actually. I don't even think it's been a full week since we had... It seems like it's been longer than it has just because we had like 86 missions in a single day. So it seems longer than it actually has been. Let's hang on to our cash for now. Still need to capture an outsider that's on the list. We're going to get Wingtip Sparrowhawks in 1 day. That's going to be real nice. Advanced Body Armor also is coming up in just 3 days. It would definitely be to our advantage to have a little bit of a cash stockpile when Advanced Body Armor finishes. So I think we'll hold off. And with my delay of game penalty probably inbound, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.